Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.
Hello and welcome to Vskills channel. In this special interview series, we are taking a closer look at the remarkable journey of Miss Pallavi Sharma and learn about her many different experiences and strong dedication to making a positive difference in the world of technology and society as a whole. From her formative days as a research scholar to her instrumental role in Prestige Software System Centers of Excellence team, Ms. Sharma's trajectory in the world of technology and education is nothing short of remarkable. We welcome you to the expert interview series, ma'am, and hope our viewers get to learn from your experiences.
Thank you so much, Anandita. Thank you for that kind introduction. So, I'm looking forward to this interview series as well. Please go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. So my first question to you is, can you please share your journey from being a research scholar to becoming the founder of 5 Elements of Learning?
Sure. So, I went to US to the University Virginia Tech as a graduate research assistant under Dr. Naren Ramakrishnan. Um, I studied there for a year and was very much keen to complete my PhD degree. I came home just like any other student for a vacation. But things went a little upturn at house. My father health started deteriorating, so I decided to stay back. Um, there was a very kind neighbor who had just started an organization, the name which you took, which is Crestec Software Systems. Under his guidance, Mr. Pankaj Goel, I started my journey in the field of testing. I studied testing first as a subject, and then on clearing the interview, I was hired in that organization as a tester. And I went on to learning a lot of things with that organization. I spent around 7 to 8 years there, working with the Center of Excellence team. And then eventually, I started my own work as a founder at 5 Elements Learning, where I coached and trained people on open source technologies in test automation.
I really appreciate you sharing your journey, ma'am. My next question to you is, founding 5 Elements Learning in 2014 must have been a significant step. Could you please tell us more about your motivation behind starting this venture?
Sure, I had this urge of wanting to be my own boss for a good amount of time, and I became a mother. I wanted to have some more flexibility in my career. So one of my very good friends started giving me some training opportunities um, where people wanted to learn programming who were coming from non-programming background. So I first started working with her. Her name is Monisha Hajra. She as well is a entrepreneur. um, Through her, I gained some confidence that yes, I can also teach people. And I saw a dirt where people wanted, who are non-programmers, they want to learn programming, and as well as the skill set of, in my experience or in my field of test automation. So I thought I can start that venture, and I met some very good people along the line, like Mr. Vijay Shinde from Software Testing Help, who gave me a good work opportunity to work with him. And then I worked with other various organizations like Edureka, Simply Learn, Noble Prog, and similar organizations, Agile Testing Alliance, where I started coaching people, training people, as well as creating my own batches to train test automation enthusiasts from across the world. So that's how it worked.
I wish more power to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Moving on to the next question. Being a published author of books on Selenium, what inspired you to take up writing alongside your technical roles?
I started writing poems when I was, I think I may be 7 or 8 years old. So writing has always been a part of me. But the fictional writing, not the non-fictional writing or the technical writing. But I enjoy whenever you are training someone as well. You are basically preparing lot of content so that you can train on them. There is content available, but when I started, the amount of content which I see now, which is available on multiple organization websites, such information wasn't available that time. I'm talking to you about 7 8 years ago. So there was a lot of content which we created to train the audience. I got this opportunity through Mr. Manish Chan, who's the owner of BPB Publications. They were looking for authors. They invited me to the office. It clicked, and I'm very grateful to them to give me this platform to convey my learnings and share my learnings with a much more wider sector of audience. So that's how I became an author. I really enjoy writing.
Thank you, ma'am. Your journey has already served as an inspiration to me.
Thank
Moving
you.
on to the next question. Teaching thousands of people globally through platforms like Udemy is definitely impressive. What approaches do you find most effective in making complex technical concepts understandable?
I take the help of analogies a lot. I think that when you try to teach people with help of analogies and with examples and with practical application of the concept you are trying to teach, that really helps. So generally, any session which I take, I try to drive analogies from either the background which they are coming from or some generic background. And whenever you're teaching a technical concept, it's important that the practical application should be made available to the audience so that they can use their hands to actually learn a concept. So my father used to say this a lot, that instead of reading something when you're trying to learn, it's important that you should write, because your hands remember more than your mind. So that's something which I really follow when I'm teaching. Analogies should be used. You have to talk from the point of view from which they are coming, and you should allow them and give them the environment in which they can explore and practice by hand instead of just theoretically talking about it. So that's important.
I appreciate your answer, ma'am. My next question to you is your commitment to continuous learning is evident through the numerous certifications that you hold. How do these certifications contribute to your professional growth, and how do you choose which certification to pursue?
Okay. So when I started my journey as an independent consultant or coach, whichever term you would like to use, I had this urge of how would I express, or how would somebody see me as an as a coach on a particular topic. What authenticity do I have to teach you? Is something was a question I wanted to answer. And at the same time, I enjoy taking certifications. I enjoy assessing my own knowledge. um, it's something I do. So I came across certifications on, like the first certification I did in testing was ISTQB. um, then eventually we did certification on Selenium. When I started my journey as a coach on Selenium from Vskills, there was available, which is Selenium and APM I did. Then I explored if there are some other certifications available as well, which take care of the practical assessment of Selenium. And I came across the CPSAT certification by Agile Testing Alliance. I'm talking to you about around 5 6 years back of time.
This quality of being consistent and constantly upgrading yourself is really appreciable, ma'am.
Thank you.
To aspiring professionals seeking a multifaceted career, what advice would you offer based on your experiences, challenges, and successes achieved?
That's a good question. I think a lot of it depends upon the person themselves. If you have multiple interests and you want to explore all these interests, you need to ensure that you cannot do everything every day. Like, you cannot be a writer, you cannot be a coach, you cannot be a meetup host on the same day. That's too much to do in one day. So it's advisable that either you fix days, that let's say for me Monday is writing, um, Tuesday is something I do with learnings or by preparing content for my next course. So, in the same manner, that approach could be taken. And I also, at the same time, feel that it's all right to be focused on one single thing. That's absolutely okay. It largely depends on what you enjoy and uh, how motivated you feel to do it.
Thank you so much for the advice, ma'am. Last question to you is, what is the one quotation you live by your life?
There is one by Maya Angelou which says, I believe giving benefits liberates the soul of the giver. So I try to live by that quote because besides my professional commitment, I enjoy giving back to society in some minute forms I can do, uh, volunteering my time or my resources. So that's something I like to do.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your inspiring journey with us.
Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.